stop being happy can actually makes you happier. And that is probably the dumbest thing that you guys have heard. It makes no sense whatsoever. But please hear me out. What will you do to have fun throughout your days? When you wake up, maybe you go brush your teeth or do something, eating breakfast, and then you go on YouTube and then you watch some videos to entertain yourself. And yes, that's really cool. And you're feeling tired, you're feeling boring now, so you decided to order a bottle of Mountain Dew or Coca-Cola and some bag of chips or something, or maybe just some fried chicken. Then it tastes really good. You're really happy, right? And that is probably conclude your whole day, right? Or maybe just a bonus is that at night you're gonna jerk off, at least 2 times, and then you go to sleep. And the next day you wake up, you eat junk food, you watch the YouTube to have a bit more fun, and then you repeat it throughout the days, throughout weeks, throughout months, and then one day you're still doing the same thing, but you're not happy anymore. Guess what? Your dopamine system is cooked. That's for sure, bro. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say anything that's contradict to the belief that I have, and I really believe that we are living in an overstimulating world that prioritizes quick and cheap dopamine. You will feel happy in the meantime, bro. You can feel the best. You can have a great laugh, because whenever I watch some Omegle videos, I always laugh my ass out. And but like 10 minutes later, after the video ends, I keep looking for new funds, and it's starting to get stale. It's starting to get boring. And then years pass by. I'm still on my phone. I'm still haven't really grown up, and I keep doing it for no reason. Probably because I'm bored. I have nothing to do in my life, in my day to day basis, and things started to get really worse, bro. Like watching all of those stuff on YouTube and TikTok and eating junk food doesn't make me happy anymore. When I was like 14 or 15, bro, I have so much negative thoughts in my head, bro. Right now it's way better, but I remember a lot of years ago, bro, I would always look through the window on my second floor for some reason, bro. I probably watch too much, YouTube, or eat too much junk food because I want to escape this cruel world, bro. I used to get bullied a lot when I was like younger, so right now I'm just looking for a way to escape, bro, without actually addressing the problem. And one day I realized the very thing that I said previously, to face my fear. And I did a thing that even me haven't really expected, to stop playing video games, to stop watching YouTube, to just cut out everything, bro. Because I could not live a day without being on the internet, bro. And it was horrifying as fuck. Like I'll tell you that, bro. It's really horrifying because you are away from your comfort zone. You're not doing your same routine every day anymore. Everything just feels so disconnected, and you're just there by yourself, reading some books, going out, breathing some fresh air. Like it might sound great on paper, right? But when you actually do it, when you actually turn off your phone, when you actually delete all of your video games, when you start to eat healthier food, and then you start to miss all of those things in the past, the KFC, the fried chicken, the YouTube videos, the TikTok videos that always makes you laugh. Like I mean, you can watch whatever you want, bro. You can have lots of fun, and I'm not trying to stop you or anything. I did it myself, but you know I just really want to give you a message that it's not gonna help you in the long run, bro. Like I mean, you can still enjoy some of it when it's your cheat day or something, bro. Like when you have done enough hard work. But in terms of that, I remember, bro, like there are like a few posts on Facebook or something. I remember years ago, like there's like a dude or a girl that have lost like 30 or 40 pounds, and in like 2 or 3 months or something, and she was so happy, or he, like they were so happy, they were so over the moon, and they want to celebrate by eating a cake, eating a few pieces of fried chicken, and then bro, like the next day they gain like fucking 10 pounds, or like even more than that, bro. And bro, are you really celebrating, bro? Like, or are you just gonna, are you gonna just ruin your whole fucking journey of improving yourself by just celebrating, bro? Like, yeah, I'm happy, I'm gonna destroy my whole process. Like, is that really it? Wow. That was funny. uh, and the reason behind this whole video is that when you do too much quick dopamine, bro, you're really happy, but our brain, it have a dopamine baseline, bro. And I'm not gonna go into the details of the science out there, the metrics, the names, the concept. I'm just gonna say that there is a dopamine baseline in your brain. Whenever you do like entertainment, watching videos, eating junk food, you rise that dopamine up to that baseline level. But if you raise it too high, it's gonna crash. What goes up must come down. And eventually, when you stop doing all of those the fun things, it's gonna plummet. It's gonna go even way below the baseline, bro. And that is the reason why for the first few days when you quit everything cold turkey, it's gonna be so difficult. It's gonna be excruciating. But after a few days when I stop everything, bro, preferably day three, bro, like I just woke up and I just feel, I don't. It's not fun. It's not joy, but it's a sense of relief. It's a sense of peaceful, bro. Like I'll tell you that. Like you probably heard this way too much, but I can confirm that it's real. Like because I watched too much video on the internet saying that I should do dopamine detox. Re, wait, what is that? Dopamine detox. Sorry, and getting away from all this electronic device, all this quick pleasure things like junk food and fast food. And then it feels amazing, bro. I still doing the things that I did 3 days ago, like just reading books and going outside, breathing some fresh air. But it feels so better. I eventually relapsed on day 7, but the mindset of having streak as a way of validating myself is not there anymore. I right now just focusing on reducing the frequency throughout my life, bro. How many times will I be jerking off throughout my lifespan? And that is the goal that I'm setting myself to do. And if you have a vision, bro, if you look further, the fact that if you quit off the quick dopamine right now, right at this moment, it will pay off dividend. It will bring you the future that you haven't seen, bro. And right now, like, bro, I'm planning on, you know, learning more. Just get off of the internet, just go and exploring everything, bro. Like from outside to the books, like exploring my mind, exploring the real life, and it's way better than just wasting my time on some dating show on YouTube, bro. Like, yeah, like, and that's probably explain my, my previous sentence of that, you know, stop being happy and it's gonna make you happier. And I hope that I've explained it pretty well. But if I don't, like, yeah, then I probably need to improve on my communication skills, bro. Like I'm really terrible at it, bro. Like because I never talked to people before, and I started to, even though my skills is my communication skill is trash, but I'm still gonna keep going, bro. I'm never gonna quit until I feel happy about myself for actually trying and getting the real result from my hard work. And the only thing that stopped me is the same old dopamine. It's It's the goddamn phone that, keep me on my bed for the whole morning, which, kills all of my motivation to do things that I love, bro. And that is where to start, bro. Turn off your phone, go to sleep early. The next day you have lots of energy, and you might feel a bit, unhappy, a bit tired, like a bit unmotivated, but eventually your dopamine level will spike up to the baseline, or it's even like it's not gonna be like spikes and like dramatic spike, but it's gonna be gradual ups and down, because the extremeness of the things that you consume is gone. Books is not gonna spike your dopamine. Breathing fresh air is gonna not gonna spike your dopamine. Same goes for doing all of those activities that improve your mental health, bro. But it will gradually fix your levels of attention. It's gonna fix your level of fulfillment inside of yourself. The reason why you watch so much videos because you feel unhappy. You want to have some joy in your life, bro. You haven't feel excited enough about the things that happen in the real world. That's the only reason why you go onto the internet, to be entertained, bro. And it's a harsh reality. Even I cannot master it yet, bro. I still got a long way to go. I still have lots of things to learn. I'm not gonna hesitate to hear feedbacks from everyone, from you guys, from the ones that have gone through this all. And I know that eventually I'll be there, bro. Someday I'll be standing there looking at my back at my past, and I'll be so proud of myself for actually trying and not just spending the whole day scrolling on TikTok, bro. That's the only thing that stopped me right now. The biggest enemy is my attention, and I have to dedicate it my time in order for to make it work, to make it worth every second that I put in. So yeah, be unhappy and be happier, way happier later. Thank you for watching.